Hello everyone, I'm Kunal Sodhani from Global Trading Center Shinhan Bank India, and we are here with another episode of decoding and understanding what's happening on the domestic as well as on the global front. But first, as we start always on the domestic front, let's understand the flows for the month of January, where we have seen outflows to the tune of around 10,000 crores from equities and around 1,600 crores of outflows from equities as well. So overall, we have seen outflows at least from the flows perspective. And if we talk about the FX reserves, we have seen an 8-month low of FX reserves to around $640 billion at this point in time. Brent crude prices have been rising slowly, steadily, acting like a slow poison. None of the market participants are talking about it, but the Brent crude prices has reached almost $77 per barrel, which definitely can impact the mathematics and the fiscal side for the INR, where the fiscal trade numbers can go on a toss. We already witnessed these numbers to be on a higher side. So, and if oil also is rising because of the geopolitical issues continuing, somewhere, INR may remain a bit more on the weakening phase, at least if you talk about a domestic side. But if we move on to what's happening on the global front, if we talk about Fed, the anticipation clearly remains as this point in time. The data points are suggesting that the growth has been robust. The PMI numbers are in sync, and even the jobs data are coming good and stronger than expected, which definitely sinks in the fact that obviously there is no hurry for a rate cut, where again the policy framework from how Trump phase outs will also differ, depending on what the anticipation of the market is and what the actual reality would be. So till that point, I think the dot plots as is suggesting two rate cuts only for the Fed for the entire 2025. But it's interesting to see the divergence what we are seeing in the Eurozone as well as the US. Because if we talk about the Eurozone, they were of the opinion the last policy, they were sounding very dovish. Even 50 basis cut was on card from the Eurozone. But off lately, the surprise was from the German inflation data or the Eurozone, even the in consumer prices, where the percentage was 2.4% versus the expectations of 2.2%. Somewhere alarming signs raising that inflation is still not cooled off as what possibly the Eurozone was expecting, and creating some kind of confusion amongst the minds of the economists as well as the policymakers, that would we go for an aggressive rate cut as expected by market by 1% for the entire year, or would there be a possibility of cautiously going ahead with the rate cut. So in case if the rate cuts are aggressive as expected, then obviously Eurozone suffers, and the euro as a pair, euro dollar pair may come off near 1.0240 odd levels. But on the other hand, if we are sinking in what we are witnessing in the pair, somewhere 1.0450 to 1.0480 is acting with a strong resistance at this point in time. So till the point, I think it's not breaking out. Euro still remains a bit weak. And on the other hand, the dollar index still remains stronger, and the anticipation remains of a retest of the near highs of 109.54. So those levels can be tested, and the now the resistance is obviously 109.40-50 zone. But if we talk about the support, it's coming around 107.20. That acts as a strong support to understand from this perspective. But what we draw for dollar rupee pair, Asian currencies continue to weaken. The eyes should be on dollar CNH pair, because yesterday also we've seen that it tested 732 and now back to 735. So the 735 to 737 band is extremely crucial, because it's, I mean, almost multi-year highs of those levels at 737. And if we're able to see that break, I think it will impact INR a lot. So any depreciation or weakening above 737 will take directly INR or dollar rupee pair above 86 also. So broadly, if I want to put that into number, we believe that 85 half is now acting as a strong base for at least this month of January, while we anticipate 8620 levels may be tested soon as well. So that's all from my side, friends. Thank you so much for your time and hope you found our analysis useful. Thank you.